If I could give an example. 80 years ago, women won the right to vote. Now, considering that men were the only voters, if men had been left to choose whether or not women should be allowed the right to vote, what would the outcome of that be? No, it was left up to the Supreme Court. Marriage equality is a judicial court issue. The Supreme Judicial Court ruled on that. It was an interpretation of the Massachusetts Constitution, and it is not something that should be left up to the tyranny of the majority of a state. And I firmly, firmly believe that. And as far as other ballot issues, I agree with my opponent that, you know, question 2, question 3, I have personal views on those, but I do believe I need to advocate for the district.
Mr. Hayes, 30 seconds.
Sure. When we talk about what is a civil right and what is not, she alluded to it at the beginning, but then kind of went off track. When women won the right to vote, when the slaves, because the people decided, as bad as slavery was, it was finally when the Republican Party in its infancy, led by Abraham Lincoln and others, decided this is so wrong, we need to address this. He was willing to fight a war to get the slaves freed eventually. These things, while we all view them now that they were civil rights, they were ultimately became civil rights here in the United States, ending slavery, women the right to vote, and others by getting popular support among the people. So I don't think that everybody in the room, all the voters out there, agree that gay marriage is a civil right. That is an opinion that we can debate on and on. But I support, again, the will of the people in being able to vote on these issues.
Thank you. And Ms. Benson, 30 seconds.
Women won the right to vote by a vote of the Supreme Court. And actually many women were tortured and lost their lives in order to get that right. So I take offense to the trivialization of that. The marriage issue was decided by the Supreme Judicial Court, as is their constitutional right to do so. Our government, a big role of our government, whether it's state government or U.S. government, is to protect the rights of the individuals. And we cannot allow a majority of people who may have a bias of their own to decide who has rights and who doesn't. It is the most important part of our government, is to protect our individual rights.
Thank you.